Welcome back, everyone. He's an Aquarius. We are back. We are back. Dom, how are you doing? I mean, people have been in the comments asking about you, and
I know. And all those comments that you
you
sent to me on TikTok,
You said what now?
the comments that you had showed me, those are TikTok, right?
No, that's from YouTube.
Okay, I'll hop into YouTube. I'm like, I'll be trying to, and now that they really saying that, that it might be over next week, I don't be on TikTok at all. I just be like,
I mean, I just got on there. You made me get on there. What, 3-4 months ago? Shit.
well, whoops, my bad. I don't even keep up with my page.
Yeah, you the one that made me get on there. You was like,
Yeah, my bad.
And it's like you telling me to come to the
I do a
club.
lot of things, okay? Like
You told me to come to the club, and then you left early.
I went to the club and stayed the whole night. What do you mean?
No, for TikTok, you told me to.
Oh, I was like, no, I'm like, you mean when you stood me up at the club? I thought you were
No,
talking
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about TikTok.
my bad. I'm on edge.
We talking about digitally.
Um.
Digital club.
Okay, so I will hop in the comments and respond. I appreciate all your thoughts, your prayers, the positive energy that y'all have sent my way. I am tired, as y'all can see. Like I'm tired. I am drinking a coffee. This might have a little bit of alcohol in there.
It's been one of them weeks, Dom. I know.
Yeah, I'm just tired. I went to the office today to take care of some stuff that shouldn't have even been my issue because it shouldn't have been delivered to the people like in the department. So having to deal with that, go down to it's just a thing, and I'm just tired. And and I know that they're working diligently to put out the fires in all locations. And I know Eaton Canyon is now 27% contained. I'm just confused. It's a week later. Like, I just got questions. And like in Palisades is only, I think they said 17% contained.
Oh, wow.
But it's 28,000 acres that have burned. So I'm okay. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Word to Mariah Carey. And that's it. That's it. We doing our thing over here. I've been listening to a lot of the same songs over because they call me, but listening to a lot of Smino to get me through it. Yes, shout out to Smino. His latest project. And for real, that NSYNC song, he had like a pop-up concert. It was like a free concert out here. And he performed that for the first time. And this is before the project dropped. And I was locked in, like, it's fire. And then, but the next track with Bun B, y'all. Y'all not on Smino hard enough for me, and I don't know if I like that.
St. Louis?
No, in the world, like he has fans, and honestly, it's not surprising. Like it's a lot of white fans, but
I mean, you know how it is, man. Like
I know. That's all I'm saying. Listen. Our audience is us for the most part.
I mean, we got fucking.
Y'all go listen to Smino.
We got LiAngelo Ball out here getting $7 million contracts from one fucking.
Okay, and low key, like the song. He biting Nelly, but like the song.
Yeah, but for a $7 million deal,
and it's a single. It's likely it's a single deal because they've been giving.
No, they gave him an album deal, 4-album deal.
Oh, that's cool. Well, wasn't he the one that said he wasn't playing that much and making that much money? No,
he's not playing. He's the one brother that didn't do nothing in the league.
Yeah, like he went to China or something.
Yep, and he got jammed up. Yeah, and he was getting the Chinese people was trying because he was trying to steal stuff from a store.
Yeah, so but then I thought they drafted him. Ain't it 3 of them?
Yeah,
I thought all 3 was in the league.
Only 2 of them.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he's the one that he played like maybe semi for a little bit.
Here's the crazy part. Guess who helped write that song? Guess who wrote that song?
Smino.
No.
Somebody from St. Louis?
No.
Okay. So I thought we was in that space. Okay.
No.
Okay.
That's good. No. But nobody from St. Louis.
Are they a musician already?
No.
Ooh, okay.
At least not that I'm privy to, but I don't think so because I feel like I would have heard something about that by now.
Are they a comedian?
Absolutely not.
Are they an actor?
No.
They're not a producer then, right?
Nope.
Are they a basketball player?
Absolutely.
Kevin Durant?
Good guess, but no.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Because y'all know Brady got bars. We're not gonna play like he don't.
Right. No. Is it Stack 5? Steven Jackson?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's I like this game. All right.
Okay.
So is he younger or old? Is he close to LiAngelo Ball's age, or is he more Kevin Durant? LeBron?
Probably more closer to LiAngelo's age. Maybe a couple years older than him.
D'Angelo Russell?
No.
Okay. Are they a Laker?
At one point.
At one point, they were a Laker. Does he play for the New Orleans Pelicans?
No. No.
They were one time a Laker. Nick Young?
That's a good guess, but no.
Okay.
Oh, they took it off of Did they take it off of Spotify?
The song?
Yeah. They took it off of Spotify.
Tweaker. It's called Tweaker.
Yeah, Tweaker. I went to just play it and it's not there.
Okay, so it's not Nick Young.
Yeah.
Are they currently in the league?
Okay, so now I guess I had to search it a different way.
Are they currently in the league?
In the league.
That player's currently in the league.
Yes.
Okay, so the Nick.
See, now the credits have been updated, but yeah, they're in the league.
I give up. Who is it?
It's supposed to be the older brother, LaMelo.
No, LaMelo's the younger brother.
Okay, wait.
You're talking about the oldest one.
See, all of these. Listen, it's all confusing them names, and I know what they'll look like. They all a different version of a funny looking light skinned cat.
Yes, they're all the different. Actually, they're all the different versions of a different funny looking light skinned guys, though.
Yeah, I think
but they don't look like they're brothers. They look like different.
No, they don't. They look like they got different mamas. Or
right, right, and they look like they're different light skinned brothers. Lonzo Ball, you mean? Lonzo Ball is the one that's the oldest one that plays for the Bulls.
Okay, so it's supposed to be yes, Lonzo. Okay, so now they're saying he didn't though, but he had the credit. He had writing credits.
Okay,
but I looked yesterday. I was like, interesting.
But that Ball family, they'll do some shit like that, like some Wu-Tang.
He was the only sole person on there.
Right. So I can see, but they probably might be sharing credit though, just to give him some money up.
Yeah, and so
because his brother might have been loaning him money.
Apparently, this article is saying
because I'm wondering, Don,
wants to keep the spotlight on LiAngelo while Lonzo is reportedly credited as a co-writer of Tweaker.
But what about this, Don? What if I've been letting you borrow money for a couple of years, and that's the way for you to pay me back? Throw me as a credit on that.
Hey, that's funny.
He's been the brother that ain't made no bread. So check it out. Go on, throw me on there and let me get some credit.
Where I thought LiAngelo was in the G League at least. Are we sure?
I'm positive he's not in the league no more.
Yeah. He's saying he just want the credit on him, so he might have helped that nigga.
Yeah, or he owed him some money, Dom.
I'm like, hold on, let me look at. Okay,
Hey, your brother always remember, like, hey man, hey, since you got that little hit, hey, he didn't call him. Hey, since you got that little hit, go and throw me on that little credit. Let me get like 25% off that.
Oh, he went. Oh, he did. He did play. He did play in. Okay, so he went undrafted in 28. He declared,
Yep.
and then he played.
Like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah,
But
and then so he played Greensboro Swarm.
he was in the G League.
Yeah, that's why I was like he was at least in the G League, so he got a little change.
Yeah.
And then he played in the Astro de Jalisco because you don't say the J like that. Well, I'm not mad at it for what it is. I'm like, it's cool for what it is, and I just take stuff as fact. I don't need you don't always need a fucking deep ass meaning to shit. Okay,
I get it. I'm not saying it do, but
it's on fire.
Yeah, I know, but now the song I do like, which I feel is ignorant, is Nate Dogg's son's song. Have you heard that?
No.
My city on fire, but I still gotta smoke. Hold on, let me see if I can find this bad boy for you. I like it. I don't like the video though. With him doing it in front of the fire, house is on fire. I don't like that though.
Okay, well then that's ghetto.
But the song is kind of dope.
Okay.
His name is
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm low-key a fan of Tweaker. This don't
really? It's okay. His name is Inhale, of course. That's his rap name.
I don't know. It's just here's the thing. It's that I'm telling you, it's giving. When I heard it, I was like, oh, because I heard somebody mix it with was it Wipe Me Down? You know how like everybody, like all these DJs are doing these like different mixes, and I was like, oh, I kind of like it like that, but
it's okay. It gives you a nostalgic feel. I get it.
It's definitely okay. So you remember how back in the day, you know, like an artist will give you like a deluxe edition, and it's like maybe cuts that didn't make an album. This is a cut that didn't make Nellyville.
Right, but it's a little hood, little joint. Like, okay, perfect example, because it doesn't feel like it's fully mastered or nothing either. Like quality is
yes. So that's
Metro Bridge and Kings Highway by Nelly.
Yes.
Well, it's a song that didn't even make the albums or nothing. It was some throwaway shit, but it's big at the crib.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they don't even I think they may have remastered Natural Bridge and Kings, but the original sounded shitty. Like the quality sounded shitty, but it was dope.
Because it wasn't what didn't that end up on
that he remastered and put it on that Nelly remix.
Yeah, that's how I was like that ended up.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that original gritty one that came out that wasn't on no albums at first. All right, I'm gonna play this Nate Dogg son song. If we get outlawed, I'll take it out.
I still gotta smoke.
That's his kid.
I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke.
Come on.
I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke.
You know who he kind of looked like?
I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still.
He looks like a comedian. What comedian is? Because I was thinking that
his name comedian Stevie J. That's who he looked like.
Yes.
This is Nate Dogg's child. Now, and y'all, I know that a light skin could be a Chocolate Brothers or brown skin brothers kid. I'm just saying that to y'all. That's just he looked like comedian Stevie J.
You ain't seen him.
His mama is.
I think so.
I still gotta smoke. I really don't know when I'm looking at it close. What is going on? At first I was so.
Comedian Stevie J might be one of him too. Like, you know, the C word. Yeah. I think, yeah.
Hey, you said might be one of him too.
Yeah, it might be one of him. They look alike, and I'm like, when I saw this video, I was like, oh, that's like Stevie J. And then, you know,
Inhale. His name is Inhale. Nate Dogg's son. Inhale. Nathaniel something Jr.
Lord.
Yeah, but Nathaniel is his name. But shout out to him though, man. I'm kind of. I have to play it in the car because I've played it in the house, so I have to see how it knock in the car. If it knock in the car, I'm Tweaker might be my song for a little while. Look here, man. Inhale. Shout out to you, Nate. Nate Jr. Inhale. I'm
Y'all see
messing
what
with
he
the
did
song.
there?
Yeah, his rap name is Inhale. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Oh my god. Oh my
I'm
god.
just saying. I'm messing with you. I'm finna have to check out some of your music, man. I like it. I like it.
Okay.
But so let's talk about the LA fires in general. What updates or anything else you got for us, Dom, being on ground zero and like kind of feel the city?
Okay. I'm reporting to you live from Glassell Park, Eagle Rock area, with an update regarding the Los Angeles fires. There have been neighborhood watches pretty much implemented throughout the city. And a lot of people on their Ring cameras, security cameras, are catching people setting or attempting to set brush on fire. There was someone that was caught in the Melrose area actually he's still at large, attempting to set a palm tree on fire and walked away. Now, one thing I've noticed is, and I don't know if the public has noticed this, is that I am seeing them wear the same pretty much uniform from that photo that I sent you from the guy attempting to set a Christmas tree on fire in the Silver Lake area, to a guy trying to set something on fire on Brand, to the guy that attempted to set that, well, he did set that tree on fire. They all have the same uniform, which is a zip-up hoodie, a black zip-up hoodie with some form of cargo khaki pant. So yeah, that's what's going on over here. Everybody is kind of hosing down stuff. Just, in the event somebody tries to come over in that area and doing things, and the city has really been coming together. You see a lot of fundraisers taking place, a lot of GoFundMes. There is a GoFundMe set up for the people that lost their residence in Altadena, for Black and Brown people. Let me know if you want me to share that link with you. I know a couple of people that have personally lost their houses in Altadena, and it sucks that this has to be said, but I guess people have been donating trash. And when I say trash, it's products that are pretty much damn near.
Podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure,
health.
femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely
as
dating,
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So,
but also two people who grew up with both parents, married parents, and then you all know that Khloe and I are the youngest of our crews, her siblings and my siblings. So yeah, so it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at life through that lens. Yeah. So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. From us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
Fire, old clothing. No, nobody want that, because you don't want it. Don't give people, if you just can't give nothing, just don't. It's better not to give anything than to give that crap.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's stuff that even has to be said, but it's people out here doing that. They've caught people dressing up like firefighters, police officers, looting, and then those people end up looting or attempting to loot people's homes. And it's crazy out here, man. Y'all just pray for the city. LA.
What's going on with the mayor? We'll talk about in a second, but what is the feel? How are the people feeling on ground zero? You feel like? I mean, what's the temperature?
A lot of people are out volunteering. That's my plan, to try to go one of the days this weekend. I'm finally feel like I'm seeing the end of the tunnel with my sinus infection, and my asthma has been flaring up just because the air quality has been bad. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So you it's a lot of community happening, and if you follow anybody from Los Angeles, you can see that within their stories. You know, a lot of us are posting, you know, information debunking a lot of the things that people are putting out there, social media in particular, and it's just been it's been a lot. They caught a woman that allegedly started the Freddie fire. So we gonna see how this all pan out, you know. And with the mayor, you know, you have people saying stuff and
Yeah, look, we're
whatnot,
gonna
and
get to
Karen
Khloe
Bass,
Kardashian if you want to.
yeah. Can you see a lot of people saying a lot of slanderous, hateful things about Karen Bass, and just like any other city, any metropolitan area, LA has different. They call them counties. We call them municipalities where we from. But it's tons of them out here, and a lot of them have their, you know, their own mayors. Anywhere out here, I think for the most part, if you have your own police department, then you are your own city. So, for example, Glendale is its own city. Karen Bass doesn't have that. You know, those people don't report into her. Malibu is the same thing. Santa Monica is the same thing. So Palisades gets interesting because Palisades is kind of like before you get to Malibu, kind of, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And then like Santa Monica, like it's part of it, like, you know, and so they're nestled between that. And Palisades technically is LA County. Now, Altadena gets interesting. Pasadena is its own city. Altadena is interesting because technically they don't report to Karen Bass, but it's also like they don't have their own mayor. I think they have something like a comptroller or something like that. When I was looking that up. So yeah, it's a different jurisdiction. And so it's just really interesting to see. And people always look for, I said it last week, for people to blame. And so of course she's going to take that hit because people look at it as LA as a whole and they're not breaking everything up. And I find it interesting that people like Khloe Kardashian are liking and retweeting negative comments that are not true about Karen Bass. And bitch, you live in fucking Calabasas. She not even your fucking mayor, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, let me read. I'm gonna read what her exact statement real quick. So this is from the copy. After Khloe Kardashian has expressed her frustration with the Los Angeles mayor Karen Bass over the region's wildfire crisis. After LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley highlighted the impact of budget cuts on firefighting efforts, Kardashian took to Instagram to back Crowley and call out Bass. I stand by you, Chief Crowley, Kardashian wrote. You spoke the truth and you had tears in your eyes because I can tell you didn't even want to say that, but it was the truth. She further criticized Bass, calling her a joke. While Bass denied the budget cuts had hindered firefighting capabilities, Crowley firmly disagreed, telling Fox LA, my message is the fire department needs to be properly funded. It's not. The fires have caused at least 11 deaths, displaced over 100,000 people, and destroyed over 12,000 structures.
I'm just like, honestly, that money wouldn't have made that much of a difference. It's not even about, like, the fact that I know that they were actually in talks to give them more money, and understanding how it's not just like it's not enough people. Even if there were more people to fight the fires, like you got people coming from other states, just like how it was for 9/11, to assist in this. In these fires, it's a week later and these fires are still burning. You know what I mean? It goes back to understanding where our water is coming from, understanding the drought that we are in, understanding that there are people purposely setting these fires, and everybody can't be everywhere at once. And nobody's, everybody wants to highlight the negative, but nobody's talking about how when there were brush fires that happened in certain parts, just like over here in Griffin Park, how people came together and put that fire out. Nobody's talking about how when there was like another brush fire in another neighborhood, how the neighborhood came together and put it out. So everybody's wants to focus on, again, the negative, and everybody's missing the beauty of everything that's going on here. You know what I mean? Like being evacuated, that is like the scariest moment. Like,
yeah, because it feel I've never been evacuated. The closest thing I've ever had to it is doing
I can't even explain it. I told our COO today, I said, I realized how unprepared I was for something like this. Like, I'm not ready for a potential zombie apocalypse, not even trying to like make light of it. But I'm like, all I had was a full tank of gas. I didn't have any cash. You know, like what if the grid went down? I couldn't get money out. You can't use a credit card. You got to use cash. You know what I mean? Which the grid has gone down out here before. Not in my neighborhood, but it has. And y'all, we've experienced blackouts. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. But you know, I had a fully charged phone. My computers and stuff were charged, but I thought about what would have happened had I had that fire made it, and I would have lost so much that is irreplaceable. And I think about photos of my mom. I don't have many photos of my mom. And you know, like family photos, you know, different things that belong to my mother. And I literally, when they said those winds were going to pick up again, yesterday I went into my storage unit. Well, I don't have a storage unit. This is a storage unit, but it's in my carport.
Right.
And grabbed out one of the totes that I had full of shoes that probably shouldn't be in the garage anyway, but whatever. And I was just going to put all the photos in there. So in the event I got that alert in the middle of the night, I could just grab it and grab all the stuff, like, and just go to my car. Like, that's what I did, because I was like so afraid. She was talking about like documents and stuff. I was like, see, I didn't even think about the documents, because stuff like that, if it's like government, I'm like, that's replaceable to me. But you know, so that fuck with me, and so it's been traumatizing for all of us. And I know Angelinos, they've been talking about like, oh, we had wildfires, like we grew up with them, but everybody that's a native that I spoke to, they all said the same thing. They have never seen anything like this, and it's just devastation. It's just that devastating. Like I think, what was it? Over the weekend, Johnny got evacuated. And then he got evacuated, and then Jeff and them live on he lives further out than them, but like it's like an exit up. And so I take Mulholland, like this back way, to go to his house. And so they were on alert. Jeff was, and so he was like, we were just packing up and going to San Diego, which is what I was gonna do. And so they was like, well, we got a big enough Airbnb, so if you do want to come, you can come and stay with us. Because, you know, like we don't have time to be going all this back and forth. You go to somebody's house, and then they got to evacuate. All of us live in the valley.
We constantly moving.
Yeah, all of us live in the valley. So I, you know, like I said, luckily I went to my homegirl house in Baldwin Hills. But then she realized, she was like, it was a fire over there.
Dang.
So
what is it? What is it like? This fire thing is crazy, Dom. Like the idea, like
it's really weird. It's hard to process. And the woman that they that allegedly set the Freddie fire, I just felt like, you know, and I'm guessing it's because she really, like, it really wasn't a lot, but it's like Gloria Lynn Mandich, I don't know, whatever, bitch. 60 was arrested on felony arson charges after allegedly starting the Freddie fire near Pacific Coast Highway by Leo Carrillo State Beach. The January 8th blaze burned about 3 acres before being contained by firefighters from Los Angeles and Ventura counties. Initially thought to be a spot fire caused by the embers from the larger Palisades fire, investigators linked the Freddie fires to her. leading to her arrest by a California state park officer. She now faces 2 felony charges: arson during a state emergency and recklessly causing a forest fire. She pled not guilty, because I don't know how to say her last name. She pled not guilty and is held on $20,000 bail and faces strict conditions if released. And I guess it's supposed to be bond, including ban on possessing matches or lighters. Her next court appearance is set for January 22nd. $20,000 ain't enough for me, because if that was a nigga, that'd be $1 million. And y'all know I'm not lying. And so I don't know. It's just really weird. And the Grammys stated that they are gonna still have their show on February 2nd. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. And they said that it's gonna be pretty much like a fundraiser.
Okay, that's a good idea if you're gonna end up still having it.
Yeah, and then so Universal Music Group canceled all their events for Grammy weekend. And they said that the money that they was going to spend on those events, they're going to donate it to the victims of the fires. So, which I think is a good idea.
That's a good idea. I like that.
So it's going to be interesting to see, like what happens. You have so many people, that lost their. This is just, I feel like we're in a movie, and it's like. It seems like whatever this is, you know how you feel like, okay, you had this devastation at the beginning of something, kind of like, and now it's like I really feel like I'm in I Am Legend, and it's like, okay, all of this stuff is happening. So what's next? What is it gonna be? And you kind of on edge, kind of trying to figure out like what's
working and what's not.
Yeah, what's working and what's not. So yeah, it's a crazy time. Like my mom last night, and I know my parents are worried, and I gotta call my dad back. My mom calling every 5 minutes, and I was like, y'all don't understand how that stresses us out. Like it got to the point where my phone, and I appreciate the love. Like I didn't have it in me to talk. Yeah, the only person that I think I was probably talking to might have been my sister. Because we wasn't, like talking about it, and I'd like talk to my best friend maybe once or twice.
It's draining. You probably
it's draining. And so like as people, I'm seeing my phone ring, and I just text people like, hey, I know you likely calling, because there's people, it's numbers that's popped on my phone I ain't seen. I can't tell you when, and I appreciate it. And it's just like, but then it's like weird, because it's like it's certain people that you think that should text you, or you should, because you're in like more contact with them, and they ain't said nothing, and I'm like, okay. So that's an interesting to navigate. But I've been sending people to voicemail and just texting them and just saying, hey, like I appreciate you checking in, and I'll like, should anything change, I'll let you know. But yeah, it's yeah. And another fucking thing about that bitch, Khloe.
Okay, here's the thing. You mean Frankenberry?
Did you call her Frankenberry?
Frankenberry, yeah. Remember Frankenberry?
Is that a cereal?
Yeah. Remember Frankenberry? Let me get a picture for you. Hold on.
I'm like, y'all, we know. See, this goes back to when we say, how people call people man eaters, like, like, oh, she's a man. That's like that song by Nelly Furtado, but like people always say that about.
No, the original man eater is by she's a man eater.
It's an old song.
It's about Hall and Oates.
Yeah. So, but we were gonna call the Kardashian black women eaters.
Ooh, shit.
And so this just speaks to my whole theory about them. And it used to be, like in the early stages, like when you didn't really see what was happening and you saw from afar. And then as you started, the media starts picking up on it, and you really, as a black woman really understanding what's happening and what's going on and how you seeing how they treat, like, you know, and I'm not saying they like terrible people, but we know what it is. And because like now there's this whole shift and within their community, you know, you're not getting your fillers, you taking your fillers out, you doing this, you're not doing that no more. Just like a lot of people do that, y'all come to Black people when y'all need to make money, and once y'all made y'all money, y'all dispose of us. And so for her to even use her platform, knowing that she still has like, you know, Black people.
But I think that she didn't even look at it like that. She didn't even look at it. She was looking at it like, oh, I can speak out on something that's going in injustice. I don't think she even thought of that.
It's no injustice. Fucking fires happen. Budget cuts happen.
But some people are trying to. She may not be educated on it like that, nah.
She not, because just like when we was in that drought, and when everybody was in that drought, they used so much fucking water during that drought that it was unheard of, and I'm surprised they didn't find them for that.
Yeah, I can see that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and so she, I'm trying to think. Yep, Khloe, in 2022, Khloe used roughly 101 gallons of water over the allotted limit during the drought. Her sister Kim used 232,000 gallons over the limit in a month. And you want to talk and never mind. Next topic. We're not doing that. But I just want to say that that's what I said. I'm not taking it back. And if this comes up later in life, and I'm gonna say, yeah, like the great Nene Leakes said, I said what I said, and I don't feel any shame or guilt about that. It ain't like we ever gonna be friends.
Right. Who else are they gonna be friends with anyway? Well,
right. I'm like, we don't consume the same things. Actually, we do. But I don't do it for trend.
No, we don't do that. But the switching topics. I mean, I know that was a serious topic, y'all, but this one is somewhat serious to some 80s and 90s kid like me. I don't like seeing Dipset fighting like this in public, man. I'm a hip hop dude, and Dipset arguably may be. I know some people made, but at one point, I would say between the years of 2004 to 2012, Dipset was the most popular rap crew in the world.
Yeah,
they influenced style. They was influenced the way people was talking.
Listen,
you know,
I never listened to a Dipset album in my life.
You said what?
Never listened to a Dipset album, Jim Jones album.
No,
listen. When I did that Red Bull show and Smino was my partner, and it was like Guess the Rapper, and he was rapping, nigga, I thought he was rapping like, I was like, is this ludicrous?
But now I'm gonna play a couple of videos. So Jim Jones, the Dipset has been on and off beef, and I understand their beef because it's just some brothers fighting, but I don't like seeing it played out in public.
Okay.
So
I respect that.
Yeah, so I gotta take everybody back a little bit. We're gonna go back to 2006. Cameron and 50 Cent were beefing. Cameron did a song called The Funeral, and on the song The Funeral, he says, I'm gonna reset up Dipset and make Jim Jones the capo and demote you to soldier, and I'm gonna move all these different people on Dipset and move him down. That was the big beef with it. He said that in the song.
Okay.
Then he brings out Jim Jones at a concert a few months later.
50 Cent does.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think maybe Jules Santana too. A couple of Dipset members ended up while they're in the beef.
I met Jim Jones. I forgot about that.
Yeah, here in St. Louis.
Yeah, I gotta show you.
He used to be in St. Louis a lot.
Jim Jones always sound like he about to cry. Okay, continue.
Yeah, so then because of that, their Dipset falls apart. They break up. They broke up for, let's say, so when did We Fly High come out? From Jim Jones. We Fly High.
Did he live out here?
You know what that beef actually might be later than that. I might be tripping. We Fly High. We Fly High came out in 06. So okay, so I am about right. Yeah. So I am right. That beef with 50 is 06, 07. With 50 and Cameron is
okay.
So and then he brings Jim Jones out. Dipset falls off. Dipset constantly in and out of turmoil, back and forth, kind of not fucking with each other, kind of not. But then Cameron and Mace don't fuck with each other. Now they do. The Harlem dudes are always into some shit with each other. It's just what it is.
But clearly him and Mace made up because y'all got a podcast.
That's why I know that him and Jim can make up, I feel, at some point.
Okay.
But, so Jim Jones and they get back together a little bit before Versus. Versus, they all come back together. I think one of the first times they performed together in a long time when they lost to the Locks, where the Locks destroyed them and showed them more brotherhood, because the Locks, and you ain't never heard the Locks beefing in public, and they constantly tour together. That's a whole nother story. But so Cameron has 50 Cent on his show. Fast forward to a week or two ago. He has Cameron has 50 Cent on. He's like, Cameron is a slick talking, funny dude. He's like, damn, man, how did you get my boys to come to that concert and everything back in such and such? You got Jim there, you got Jules, you got all my boys up there. That was a smart move on your part, blah, blah. They both laughing about it. Jim Jones takes umbrage to it, gets upset, starts going off on them and talking about they slick talking bullshit, the Harlem talk, slick
but
talk.
Okay.
Right.
Clearly you emotional because Chrissy got tired of your shit and left your black ass.
I don't even know anything about that.
Okay. See, now I know that side of stuff because I love Hip Hop, but
so what happened with and Chrissy's his girlfriend, right? Or fiance, like forever fiance, right?
She not with that nigga no more.
Hold on, that's his forever fiance. What are you talking about?
She was like, I'm about to be there. She left.
Oh wow.
She left him. Because that was the thing. It was like supposed to be like some rumor that he had got married.
Oh, I see you digging deep.
But anyway, continue.
So Jim Jones gets upset. Now there's a firestorm and stuff back and forth. So now, because Jim Jones has a new song called "Up in Harlem,"
he has a new song.
Jim Jones does it. It's pretty popular. It's called "Up in Harlem." It's a cool, decent song. But I'm gonna talk about something with all these niggas in a minute that I'm having issues with overall. But so then Cameron comes out and because Jim Jones was wild and mad at everything. So 50 Cent's an asshole. So he started putting out all that paperwork stuff from because Jim Jones is also a blood too. It's weird, Dom. He's a blood too, and he was involved with. He was caught on wiretaps with the 6ix9ine shit. He was fucking with those bloods that were fucking with 6ix9ine.
That's a boy,
huh?
The little boy, the weirdo.
Yeah, but remember the bloods he was running with?
No.
So he had that's how he was.
I didn't really know. I just knew that.
The reason he was able to talk all that shit and run around
like some weird RICO charge, and I was like,
yes, what? Because he rattled on all those gang members, the dudes so he was able to talk all that shit, run around everywhere, do all the shit because he had all these bloods that was protecting him basically.
That little white or Mexican boy.
Yes, and his main one is Shotty. And you gotta go. You need to go watch the documentary on Hulu. It's a documentary on Hulu. No, on 6ix9ine that talks about Shotty and all those people. But I knew about this stuff.
Wait. I think we're talking about two different people.
No, 6ix9ine is the Mexican dude. Shotty is the dude that was his manager.
6ix9ine boy.
Right, he's his manager and the head of the Bloods that was running and making sure he was safe.
Okay.
And that's how he was able to dime them out for the RICO charges, Dom.
Okay.
So all of them in jail. Shotty, all the cats that was protecting him are in jail because he not dimed them out.
Child, I'm so confused.
But Jim Jones was cool with them. I know it's a weird tangent. I know it's weirdo shit.
I'm like, wait a second. So
then Cameron comes out with this response here. Right here, I'm gonna play. Killer Cam says this.
Because I asked 50 Cent a question. Cool. I thought it was cool to ask 50. The shit happened 20 years ago, however many years ago, I thought it was all good. I had no problem thinking, okay, he tricked niggas out they spot, came to the spot. I know 50 said it, and they went under, he was funny. I thought it was funny when he said the shit. But I didn't think it'd be a big deal because you make up with every nigga that put hands on you. But I see the pattern now. If a nigga agree to disagree with you.
Hold on. Did you see Mace with the popcorn?
Yes.
But I see the pattern now.
Hold on. And they some ignorant Harlem niggas are some ignorant niggas in general. Like just like when he's talking about snapping and going off, they similar to St. Louis, some St. Louis cats like that, where like you might want to fight them. The fact he went to go get a tub of popcorn, that means he went to a movie theater and was like, hey, can I get that tub of popcorn over there? He was like, probably like, hey, it's gonna cost you. Cool. No, here's $10. I need that for my show. Actually, fill it up, and I'm leaving. But let me continue.
If a nigga agree to disagree with you and don't want to take it that route because they got some genuine love for you, you keep going on and on and on. Every nigga that put hands on you or you get to altercation, you cool with them. I see you with C Gutter. Junior Mafia, cool. I see you taking pictures with True Life. It's cool. Man, DC, y'all having sit-downs to work out. Gunshots was let off with that. Y'all having sit-downs to work it out. You tried to chase French Montana out the game. That ain't work out. Y'all got cool. So cool that you go to his video shoot. Pardon me, not his video shoot, his movie. You're sitting in the crowd watching the premiere, and they dissing you in the movie. Nigga play too much, man. You ever wonder how you met Mano? Ask him how he met Mano. Mano gonna downplay because they cool now. He tried to press Mano one day because Mano first came out. He had a little record where he was saying, dissing the rappers. I don't know, he said nigga's name. So Jim Plus see Mano one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Man said, who the fuck you talking to? Oh, you think I one of them niggas? You out your motherfucking mind? Now they the lobby boys.
That's it.
I run around with these 25-year-old stories.
Go ahead, Don. Hold on. I want to finish this for people.
Hey, that motherfucking coat cold. Cold. Like, I'm like, shit. Like,
that's a dope shirt, huh?
I hear him talking, but I'm like, damn, that's a motherfucking cold. Okay.
You ever hear me talk about when you ran on me when BMF pulled up? When you ran in the hotel, they chased you to the beach. All niggas, and lucky, I had my shit on me and my man Jojo, I ain't gonna say his name, Spanish nigga, you know him. The Spanish nigga who don't care about life, who was with me, is like, who all these niggas coming? I said, oh, they come this way. No, and this no disrespect, because Blue's my nigga, Meets my nigga, all that. And Blue Da Vinci just told this story on his platform or whatever platform recently. He got it 89% right. It's a little off, Blue. I'll tell it on Talk with Flea, my perspective of what happened. But at the end of the day, I don't be out there pumping. They chased you to the beach, nigga. You was in the sand. You was getting wet from the water, from the ocean. I don't pump that. Oh, man. It's all started.
Yo, hey, first of all, it's funny. Their show is hilariously funny, for the record. That Cameron decided to come to the show in a fur coat to go off on his former bandmate. Or group mate. So you caught up now.
Hey, man, this is a group of people.
So then Jim Jones gets upset. He responds with this, and this is where I want to go with this, Dom, as we finish this discussion on this.
Okay.
After you see this, I'm going to say one statement, and then I'm going to be like this. But this is Jim Jones.
Jimmy Jones. Jimmy Jones.
Yes, sir.
I want you to know one thing. Jimmy Jones.
Yeah.
What you have to say about it.
You gotta remind them who you are. Remind them who you are.
I know what he's trying to do.
Remind them you a star.
What do you say, Don?
I know what he's trying to do with the pink in this terrible outfit. Like,
right, because he says, no, that's another key you're missing. He claims he told Cam how to put on pink. So that's why he's wearing pink.
Oh, okay.
So he's trying to prove a point with that. But let me now.
Play with your name, then you remind them who you are. I'm just trying to tell my truth, but niggas is lying on my guard. I done put so much work and I could have died on the job. I really been in kitchens with chickens when they was frying up the hard. I've been in powwows where they scream lobby. I done walked out my building and I seen bodies. I've been in caught. The DA is looking like he's seen God.
Now, I want to just stop this here because I sat here and the part of me before when it was all going on, I was like, man, it kind of felt good, seeing, just people mixing it up. I like my old hip hop legends and mix it up a little bit. And then I saw that and I went, oh no, these niggas ain't evolved. This nigga is over 50 years old looking like that. You see how he looked? Like, come on, man. Let me put this back up for people that if you're listening on the audio, you ain't gonna be able to see this. Look at this man. Like, he's over 50. Look at this. Dog, you are over 50 with 16 chains on, like you and
Listen, this is why he never married Chrissy. He is still a child. This speaks to that behavior. I bet if he took them braids off, them parts are fresh, but everything else is fuzzy because he just took a brush or a comb to his head after he got it done.
Yeah, and then I was like, the whole beef in general.
Here's the thing.
They're too damn old for this shit, Dom. That's what I'm saying overall.
Listen,
period. With this whole thing
talking
is
about
dumb.
that coat was fly as fuck. Okay. Dom loves a fur. Y'all, okay, look. Here's the crazy thing. You talk about they too old to be doing this and that, and that's very well true. But some people just never grow up. They never evolve into what they, who they are supposed to be, right? Like we get that concept of that's why you never fall in love with potential, or you're not supposed to date potential, because sometimes they just never rise to the occasion. Mm-hmm. And with that said, Jim Jones is
I think potential only a certain age though, right? After a certain point, you can't date potential. Like if you're 22, damn.
Okay, yeah, you learning the lesson, but when we in our 30s and our late 30s,
right? No, that's it. It's up to a certain. I just wanted to refine.
Yeah.
It's up to only.
When I was a kid, I really wasn't doing that. In my 20s, and I was seeing shit for you know what? Because that's the thing.
What if I got my degree and I'm going to medical school?
Really?
That's still dating potential.
It's one thing you making plays and you making moves and you making strides. Some people.
You're right. That's two different things. I'm thinking of it differently than what you're saying. Potential, like it's gonna take me a while to get there.
No shade. That's not
okay.
And so sometimes you just take things for what it is, and it's just like
I'm with you. But continue though. Continue with
and we see that with a lot of people, like even some of the stuff that, like, as a person that dates older men, like some of the stuff that I'm like, nigga, you how old? And this is what? And I'm like, well, this really ain't gonna go nowhere because I thought that I wouldn't be. But sometimes the things that people do, they like that shit. Like a lot of people like drama, they like that chaos, and I'm not a bitch that. I'm sorry, I'm not a chick that likes that. Mm-hmm. I enjoy peace, and if that's boring to you, that's cool. I'm not about to be keying cars, blowing up shits, and for what? Like y'all not finna have me out here digmatizing, whipped open up, like no. And when it comes to a chick, like if you got a problem, okay, what's the problem? If you don't want to talk about it, then you got the problem. I don't have a problem. We grow, we supposed to evolve, we're supposed to get better with age, not dumber.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like seeing where Cameron is in his career and versus a Jim Jones, and that's not taking anything from Jim Jones based on his behavior. And I know some of that stuff is scripted, and so they have people say and do certain things.
I just don't want them beefing in public, man. Like, yo.
Listen, both of them a mess. You see how long, Cameron's doing the same shit that Jim was doing with Chrissy, except Juju was smart and left sooner rather than later. Because all of them niggas was on.
I don't even know about them parts of.
That's how I know these people. Y'all want to know why I know about their life? I watched Love and Hip Hop, the OG Love and Hip Hop. So here we are. But you see people. I mean, it makes sense. I think their podcast is good. Like you said, it is funny. It's long as fuck. Like, but this makes sense. This is chaos, and hopefully they do get it together. But I more so want to see Jim Jones with a fresh head of braids. Like I've never seen him with fresh braids. And I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
You said a fresh hair braids. Come on, man.
I'm just saying
that's part of his whole aesthetic now at this point.
It look dusty and dirty, hairline uneven. You ain't that cute, and your looks ain't gonna get you paid.
I mean, he does all right. He does all right. I just don't like. I mean,
the I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
And Dipset, I mean, it wasn't my most favorite crew in the world, but I like to see Dipset do their thing. I like seeing them, you know.
I don't know nothing outside of them radio joints. Like but also that's a lot of stuff. I've been, you know,
a lot of these songs if you heard the song, because some of them.
I thought Smino was rapping Splash Waterfalls, and it was Cameron, and I got it right because he said, "Okay, he a rapper with a podcast," and I was like, "Oh, Cameron." Run them numbers up on Red Bulls Network so I can come back and answer more rap questions. Anyway, yeah. Let's move it right along. Next.
Yeah.
I mean, we might as well stay in the rap conversation and talk about it.
No, I don't even want to no more.
You don't want to talk about that no more?
No, man. I don't want to really give him no more breath no more. A part of me just don't want to no more.
Okay, so y'all look. Okay. Yeah, I know. I don't. And here's the thing. Let's be really clear about this. We're not gonna sit up here and act like we don't like Drake songs, like we ain't never enjoyed Drake. I think that's what people are misconstruing about everything that's happened between him.
Yeah, Drake is just doing sucker shit. Okay.
Yeah, and so I want the world to know. I've said it on this show so many times. Nothing was the same. I think that's The Head in the Clouds. Last solid album from Drake. For me.
Yeah, I agree.
With that said, if we want to talk about LeBron, I've talked to Doja about this once this all came out. We can stay here just briefly,
okay.
and we can, wrap it up. I understanding again, I'm no pimp. We are all not dumb. We understand codes. And then we understand there's boy code, there's girl code, there's friendship code. Is that your friend? Or is that somebody you just really cool with that's like a really good associate that's kind of teetering in the middle? When I explained this to Doja, I said, there's a hierarchy. Everybody got their totem pole. Whether you like it or not, everybody in the world has a totem pole. And people fall in different places. Where one person may be, and that person might fuck with you. You might not be in the same position on their totem pole. You might be down here, and you got them up here, right? I think that's what we see happen with, if this is true, in regards to Drake and LeBron James. Drake had him here. LeBron got you here. D Wade is here. Drake might be down here where he's not even in y'all can't even see. All these different people. You got Maverick, you got Savannah, you got your kids that are up here, your mama. and Drake, you down here. Just because you got a nigga tattooed on you don't mean you deserve to be here. So I think that could be, and you got industry friends. I got friends that work with me. Y'all my work friends. Y'all are my work friends. I don't fuck with you outside of work. All the work tea, we keep that here. We talk about it on the plot because I'm gonna get paid to talk my shit. And when I clock out, I don't talk to you until Monday morning. Now you get some coworkers that do kind of that's trickle over. And here's the Venn diagram. I'm gonna have to get a dry erase board.
That'd be hilarious. You have a dry erase board.
I think I'm gonna get a dry erase board. And then so y'all can see this. So then when we cut the clips up, you can be like, "Oh, this bitch got a dry erase board." Absolutely. And so you get people that kind of like again the Venn diagram that kind of fall in the middle, and you start fucking with them in real life. I have a coworker at this current job that's like that. My homegirl Karina. Shout out to you. But the chances of that happening, and that's why the industry, especially because it's so fickle. And people come and go, and then people do something. People be using you, and you know, and then you retreat. That's what you see. Do you see Beyonce with all them new friends? And not saying that new friends are bad, you know, but your circle is tight.
I mean,
NBA is tighter.
You don't see her hanging out a whole bunch of people. Period. So
you don't. She said, "Hey, I mean, she a mama now. You got three kids. So I'm working, and I'm going home to take care of my kids." You know what I mean? Like she wants them to have as much of a normal life as possible. I can respect that.
I'm skeptical of how much she take care of her kids. That's just me though. But keep going.
No, she talks about going to get them school. Now she listen. I know I can. No. I can believe that. That's
the Beyonce stand in you. I don't.
No.
Only any celebrity at that high level takes care of their kids.
No. Okay. So here's the thing. Why
they all have nannies.
No. On that documentary, when she was prepping for that tour and all of that stuff, and Blue was right there doing her homework. Blue, you see Blue with her a lot. You see the other one now. We'll speak. There's speculations about this. I'm not doing that, but you see her kids with her a lot, and you do see them on that when they put out different home videos. She be with them, and I can get that, like, you know. It's so much chaos. People say so much bullshit. You got to look out. You got to protect your kids. I wouldn't be surprised if them kids was a little sheltered. Anyway, back to Drake. This is what happens when you don't know your role. You don't stay in your lane. You do too much. And now the game has switched up on you because LeBron probably is like, you my club friend. We go to the club. We kick it. We might text every once in a while. We might go to dinner with the club friend before we go to the club. But that's just pretty much it. Now, I feel like maybe if anybody's his real friend, maybe a KD, you know, he posts him and all this stuff and comment, and you got somebody ain't on your album, which again, we didn't listen to.
KD rolled with him. He didn't go to the
He didn't. And again,
I don't know if I commend KD for that. For being a good friend or not knowing that you need to jump ship. I don't know which one it is. Or are you a sucker that keeps hanging with another sucker? That's all. That's the only two. That's the two. Either I don't know which one it is. That's my
two. No, and that's fair. But if the information that Drake is saying. Here's the thing. People can be mad, but it's not new information.
Yeah, but you can't do that, man.
No.
It's different coming from him, though, Dom. But it's different coming from him because he has a bigger megaphone. He has a bigger ability to get that out there. And it's not even him. He's hinting at it and academics.
But what I'm saying is this information is not new. And this is me not being messy or slandering or anything. We all know what we saw, especially if you were heavy in Twitter, you know, at the height of Twitter, this is not new. So Drake, only thing that I can say what is fucked up is that you know, like maybe circling back to that, because it ain't Pusha T said something first. Then there was the whole Twitter commentary about what's happening, and then Drake is just like, I'm gonna drop a dime again.
I'm gonna drop a dime again.
You know what I mean? Like, and bring this shit back to the forefront.
Yeah.
And it's like people like, he's trying to break up a happy home. I'm like, here's the thing. At a person that has been at the center of some sort of drama, in my case was family drama, that I really didn't have nothing to do with, by the way. Y'all act like, let's say this is true. Okay. Hypotheticals, guys. Did Drake pull down his pants and make him do what he did?
No, but it's not your place to be saying that, Drake, and you're only doing it because you salty.
Are we? But
you weren't doing it because you had concern for Savannah.
Yeah, absolutely. And trust me, guys. Trust me. There's already been conversation. So they probably kicking back and relaxing their feet. And, you know, could be laughing. They laughing at this behind closed doors. I just wanted to say, I'm like, Drake ain't telling us no new information. And which is why this ain't even, honestly, like a big deal. Like this, I feel like if this was new information or people really cared, it would be a bigger conversation. You know what I mean? And people don't care. The world is on fire.
Right.
The you know, global warming. Y'all about to get another one, a storm.
Yeah,
sea levels are rising.
Coming, yeah.
You know what I mean? Florida might not be a state. Might be underwater. So that's also why, because I don't really see anybody, you know, like I saw like maybe one or two posts about it on Instagram, you know, like when it kind of came out.
Hip hop spectrum, it's a big deal right now.
On TikTok?
No, I'm talking about the Drake LeBron stuff is big in the hip hop side.
It really is.
That's really talking about like how he's a sucker for this.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's like niggas is always gonna nig. Why y'all keep letting this nigga surprise y'all? He a fucking Scorpio. Why are y'all surprised by his behavior? It's chaotic and toxic. What Scorpio do you know that is sane and has sense? My mama is a Scorpio, and I'll be looking at her like, what? And I just say, who told? And I say, no, never mind. And I'm not engaging. I don't engage.
You're right. All right, let's get into this topic. This is an interesting one. This is Victory Boyd, singer. She's claiming a lot of artists have been taking that are very popular, have been taking her music. I'm going to play her clip here. She's going to break it down.
Largest names in music, and here's the story of how come. In 2019, I moved to a cabin in the mountains of Cody, Wyoming on a whim to write music for Ye. I wrote probably 100 songs, and maybe 5 of them have seen the light of day. I gave my very best effort to every individual word, line, and cadence, sometimes spending hours crafting. No longer am writing songs for Ye, but rather I'm writing songs for Jesus. I even climbed to the top of this rock to my Lord Jesus. And once I did that, suddenly I had assurance that my work was not in vain. In heaven, when we all make it to heaven. Ye wanted to immediately create more gospel music, which was 1 month after finishing and releasing the hit album Jesus is King, of which I wrote lyrics for several of the songs. Ye wanted to immediately create more gospel music, and so I got back to work. I happened to film myself recording a snippet of this version of Future Bounce.
Do you like the way it sounds? Hear the bass playing so loud. Faith in Jesus, I'm sold out. Miracles wash away. Hear the trumpet.
Stole. Was this later version, however, that I created that Travis Scott stole.
Like the way it sounds. I can see the future is looking like we leveled through the sky. I can't wait to live in glory of eternal paradise. Won't you wash my sins and right? Holy Ghost, so down
into the word.
Light drops, do you like the way it sounds?
I use the term stolen because this is how the dictionary defines the word. Suddenly, 4 years after creating it, I find a distorted version of my work in a song called Telekinesis. 3 times in this song, Travis Scott repeats the chorus that I wrote.
I go. I can see the future. I can't wait to live in glory and eternal justice. Won't you?
And to the extent that Ye require of my participation in this song, my answer would have been no. I wrote this song for God, and to the extent that Ye was working for God, I was working for Ye. Travis, on the other hand, never had this intent, which you can see when you read the lyrics to Telekinesis. I never would have consented to being associated and to help make a hit song that spreads this message. So they had to steal my work if they wanted to use it because permission simply would not have been granted. Included in my lawsuit is also Swiss watch company Audemars Piguet, because while they did ask me for permission to use my work in their brand partnership with Travis Scott, I told them no. And in December of 2023, they published my work in collaboration with Travis Scott in a major commercial campaign anyway. A multi-million-dollar partnership. Again, let's go back to the definition of stealing. So now we have all these layers of violations against me from multi-billion-dollar institutions. I said it before and I'll say it again. The story of David and Goliath repeats itself.
All right, Dom. This is interesting.
My question is, here we
Paperwork.
go into the law.
Paperwork.
Did you sign a contract with Kanye West? That is like signing a deal. If you are with BMG, Warner Chappell Music, you have a writing publishing deal with that agency. So anything that you write that you could have potentially submitted to them, yada, 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 though you wrote those lyrics, that person owns your work. So in order for Travis to even come into contact with that, and she didn't ask,
he is on his stuff.
that is under Kanye's stuff. Now, I find the interesting part is, how did Audemars Piguet know to contact her to request permission? So that means somebody in the loop, in the mix, told them. This goes back to the whole thing, the slime you out photo. They asked, like she said, Halle Berry said that Drake asked her, and she said no. That image of Halle Berry is not owned by Halle Berry. That is owned by whomever.
It's Getty Images, I think.
Yeah, it's a Getty image photo. So if he ended up requesting to use or to pay to use that image, technically, though it is my likeness, it's my image, he paid Getty to use it. If he paid Getty, now I don't know, I know that she said no, then he can use it. So my question is to this young lady, and and I appreciate everything you're doing, because I love the Lord. He heard my cry and pitied every ground. If you signed a contract with Ye, and you saying you packed up and you lived there, I'm pretty sure you had some sort of paperwork. You had a writing deal with Kanye West.
Yes, she probably did.
Yes. So if you turned that into him, which I'm pretty sure you did, because it sounds good, and he didn't use it, like you said, you recorded all of this music. And I want this to be a lesson to anybody that's listening when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to your designs, your music, all of this stuff. And fashion is harder, is a little more complex. to copyright, patent, trademark stuff sometimes. But y'all gotta understand when y'all go into these realms, y'all gotta understand the business behind it. And a lot of people don't know what the business is. And so again, I don't know. And I saw it right before I logged on, so I didn't have time to kind of look into the girl and look up what it was. Oh, I can make a call. I can make a call. We got a homeboy, somebody in St. Louis that works for Ye. I can maybe he'll tell me. Two people. See, and I'm like, hey, when you anything like. I'm understanding it from the side that we learned in law class, and so that will be contingent upon that.
So Victory Boyd is signed to Rock Nation.
The girl.
Yep.
What's her deal?
So she's got 2 lawsuits. She's got like one for the song Telekinesis. Oh, copying. They copied her song Like the Way It Sounds. For the Utopia collaboration, Telekinesis. Right.
Oh, yeah, she said she sued them too. Yeah, she's suing them too.
Yeah, so everybody's.
So the thing will be is what's gonna happen is they're gonna end up having to pay her out. Because even that snippet, that's still a big enough portion where they would have to compensate her for that. The lyrics haven't changed. I can see if you flipped it.
But my thing is, she wants the song just not to exist, period. Or are they going to have to re-record? She said it's not about the money. She just don't want them to be able to use it.
They probably gonna end up paying her out. They're gonna have to pay her out. She can say
what if she's sticking on her guns? Like, no, I want the song to exist because y'all did not get my
I get that, but that's just like so word lines. Right, and how the gay estate came in and sued Robin Thicke, Pharrell, Tip.
But they want to get a check. They was fine with getting a check.
Yeah, they was.
They don't want a check. Is what I'm saying, Dom.
Listen, so she can say it's not about the money, and that's cool. But that song, they probably. I don't see that song just being wiped off the internet and being wiped off of an album that's already out. That happened with Kehlani's album when the whole Meg shooting thing. She couldn't. She was like, I wanted to take it off. I couldn't take it off. Like, because she did a deluxe edition of her album. So when she did that redrop, she took Tory off the track, but she couldn't go back and take him off the old track. So it still exists. They just don't push it.
Right. Okay.
So you could probably, I could see maybe going in, and they probably could just like the whole thing that happened with the interpolation of Energy that used part of Khaleesi's song Milkshake. And Beyonce was like, okay, you want to make a fuss, think about it.
She didn't own it, but she didn't own. Didn't she end up not owning
it? She didn't own it. She didn't own it. It got credit where she would have got paid. She would have got paid.
Right.
Khaleesi didn't care.
Pharrell owned it, right?
Yes. But then that's a whole nother conversation about her wanting the rights to her music and he won't release them to her. Or I'm pretty sure if she wanted to buy them, for the right dollar amount, Pharrell would sell her that shit. But I don't know. Anyway, so they will probably have to go back and remix it and re-upload it or whatever. That could be an option if she say I don't want the money. If she gonna really push for that, but bitch, you better take the fucking money and you better make them take it up. I don't know how that's gonna go. But like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see what under her contract. That means she has to also have, because he really don't be fucking with it. Rock Nation don't be fucking with him like that. So you can have a deal with Rock Nation and you also have a deal with somebody else.
That's true.
So she gonna have to reread her contract, because that's the interesting part. Like, where in your contract? Because she kind of said something. Well, I thought I was working for God. But ultimately,
this is when he was doing those Jesus album, when he did that.
But after that, she said, "I'm out here making music for God, but I'm working for Ye." So that says a lot to me.
Yeah, because I mean, yay is yay.
Yeah. And at the end of the day go in, and so I just find it interesting. The whole thing is interesting. Like I this is a good case. This is a good copyright.
No. This is a good legal case, right?
Yeah, this is a really good legal case. And we're gonna see how it plays out. Because like there are a lot of cases that there was another case with Coldplay. It was Coldplay's Viva La Vida. A guy sued them and said they stole his beat. And I think that did that guy lose? Listen, y'all, this was media law. Let me see. Because there's a certain amount that has to match up, which is how Pharrell and them lost that case.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they had to pay that estate.
So I know they had it too for the Marvin Gaye, but something else too.
No. That's what I was just saying.
Okay.
Because a certain amount of the notes and stuff matched
I think
up.
they damn near got like 100% of publishing too.
Yep.
Crazy. I know that.
So I'm like,
I do know that.
It was dismissed. So Coldplay, they was dismissed, so they didn't have to pay anything. And, you know. Yep.
Like I said, I do know that they got a lot of people got involved. Like they basically got they own the song damn near now. I feel like the Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, they did. And you know what? It sucks because that blew. I'm gonna say that made that because he was able to cross over with that. And then next thing you know, that song is the downfall of your career, your merch, everything.
Yeah, like I mean, and I wonder, did they have to give him? Yeah, they probably had to give him back royalties too. And he might have to ask them. You know what? It might be I think the only thing he might have been able to finagle in is like, okay, y'all own rights, but I have to have the ability to be able to perform the song whenever I want to. Because
Blurred Lines lawsuit comes up already. Okay, so look, the Blurred Lines lawsuit was a copyright infringement case brought against Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke by the estate of Marvin Gaye. The case centered on the 2013 song Blurred Lines and Gaye's Gotta Give It Up. In 2015, a jury in Los Angeles found in favor of the Gaye estate, awarded the jury awarded $7.4 million in damages, the largest amount ever awarded in a music copyright case. The district court reduced the award to 5.3 plus 50% of future publishing.
Okay.
And songwriter revenue from Blurred Lines.
So this before we can break it down for the regular folks in the back. So they got 5.3 million just straight, and going forward 50% of all publishing on it.
Yeah. And then and then an appeals court, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals affirmed the verdict. And the appeal the appeal was denied. And then in 2021, a judge ruled that Williams did not commit perjury. The case highlighted by the difficulty of the distinguishing between original work and work that is influenced by other works. This is the significance. And then the case also raised concerns that the verdict could negatively impact songwriting in general.
Oh, so that was where they split the baby at, saying 50%. Since we can't really tell, we just gonna split the baby at 50%. So I wonder why they made to get them. You know what? I wonder if the 5.3 was half of what they made already. Like if that song made 10 mil already.
Doja, they sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, though.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
that was like 5.3 is halfway, so it made me 10.6
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Woo.
Because that was a big song. Remember, it was oh my God. Listen, it was everywhere. And when I went for my walk and I listened to my old gym playlist, it came on and I was like, damn. Like literally, that's what I said. Damn, that's a lot of money.
A lot. Because whatchamacallit, but then Pharrell recouped with the Happy song right after that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that fucking album was really good.
that Pharrell album was?
The one with the Happy song on there. Now I don't know, he said he wasn't playing that, but it was so many other songs on that album. I was blasting that every morning on the way to work.
Hold on, the Happy album was good?
No, it wasn't. It was called something else.
Is it called Girl? It's called Girl.
Yeah, Girl. Oh, it's so good.
So it's not kind of get okay.
And I don't like how y'all didn't let Lemon really be a thing, like featuring Rihanna.
So on this album?
No, it wasn't on the album. It was on like some project after that. But I only listened to the Lemon song.
Let me see. Lemon. Oh yeah, I got that album. That's on the Nerd album. I got that album.
Yeah.
No One Ever Really Dies. It's on the Nerd album.
Okay.
The Girl album was a Pharrell solo album.
Yeah, I like that one. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, and I'm intrigued by this. And this is crazy. And one day I'm gonna let my mom listen to these little hot takes
and see how they match up.
No, because she really just be wanting me to go to law school so bad, and I have no interest in going. I just like kind of knowing the ins and outs of stuff, because it's always nice to know where Aquarius is. We like to know everything.
Yep, and just to be nosy. And I don't necessarily want to be in the courtroom.
I was like, I don't want to be in the courtroom, but here we are. Like,
where can people hit up at, and make sure you are right and everything if they can want to reach out to you.
Y'all can send me a message on Instagram. Y'all can comment on stuff, share the stuff with people. But send me a message on Instagram. I'll get the request or whatever. Mm-hmm. It'd be nice to not get spam messages like, hey, we saw your profile. I'm telling y'all, like, people don't be saying nothing to me. So if you want me to say nothing, I will gladly receive the message. I ain't mean, and I'm not just gonna heart it. I'll let you know.
Just go hard it.
Yeah. Now don't go overboard. Be some people that just go overboard and they sing. I don't
Shout out
care.
to homeboy that be singing in the inbox.
Oh my God.
Shout out to him.
Man, anyway, but yeah, I appreciate it. And like I said, it's just tough. I've been tired for 5 years. Let's just be clear. Since we entered 2020. And that's it. Like, I appreciate y'all. Love the support, and
man,
rocking with us.
Be safe out there, Dom. We'll stay cold here because that's where we at. We out here.
My mama was trying to get me to come home. She was like, just put your important stuff somewhere. And then, if you want to come home, I'll fly you home. And I'm like, I have a dog. I'm going to put my dog. I'm not leaving PAX. Sorry. She not getting on my nerves yet where I need a break. No, I need my dog. Like, she's been very loving. And
her comments, even if you brought her with you, she couldn't even know what the cold would be like.
She got a coat.
I didn't even think a dog would have a coat. My
dog got a coat, but she wouldn't know what to do. I would get her some boots so she could be like
running the snow and stuff.
Yeah, I think that'd be cute. She would like that, but no, I'm okay.
But no. Okay. Shout out to Atlanta. Atlanta has like snow for real too.
Yeah, I saw, and they out here. They out here like making videos and all of that.
Yeah, I saw two dudes fighting in this one. We wrap this up because it's funny. Two dudes was fighting, right? And one dude was getting beat up, and then he jumped up under where it wasn't snow. He's like, "Get up out the snow so we can fight not in the snow." He's like, "Come up off the snow. Come up off the snow." Like, come up on it's like advantage. I was like, that's not how fighting works. Play in the snow. You got to just get it in how you live it where you at.
Yep.
That's how you know you ain't been in the snow, player. Talking about get up off the snow. Let's fight up here.
That's to know. That is funny. That's funny as hell.
Thank y'all for listening as always. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week.